Alright, hey guys, it's Merbo CCG, and there's a new archetype called Therions that I'm going to be covering. So this looks like it's related to the lore, and some relation to Tri Brigade and Springans. But yeah, let's see. Let's just start with the first monster. So here's the art for it. It's going to be on the side as usual. Uh, so you can target one Therian monster or one warrior monster in your grave. So summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that target to this card. Okay. You can target one Therian's card you control and one card your opponent controls. Destroy them. Right. And then three, a Therian's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack and second effect of this card's name. Okay. So it looks here that they're going to be equip oriented. And so with this effect, you're able to just use any. So it looks like it's going to be centered where you can use any warrior monsters in your deck, which could be pretty solid. Definitely pretty solid to use, and it's also relevant with Rhoda, so that's gonna be nice. So you can just target one Therian's monster or one warrior monster in your grave, so summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that target. So it's a free special summon, and you can use you can target one Therian's card you control and one card your opponent controls, pop it, and then once if this card is managed to be used as a Therian equip, then it gains the ability to target one card and one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Seems decent from so far, but we're gonna have to see the rest of them. And here's the other card, which is some lady. They look like warriors that kind of look mechanical. So this is Therian's Leaper Fam, which is a water level 7. So it looks like they might all be level 7. I'm not 100% sure. You can target one Therian's monster or one Aqua monster in your grave, so summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that target to this card. So looks like it's not going to be warrior oriented. It's going to be they all have different types, it seems. So that's interesting. But during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one Therian's card in your spell and trap card zone and one card your opponent controls, and then return them back. And then gain 700 attack and second effect of this name. So looks like that's going to be the theme, where they gain this effect and 700 attack to boost them. And it's interesting to see that you can target one, like a water monster, an aqua monster. So I wonder how that's going to work, and like if people are going to use different monsters outside of the archetype, and which ones they're going to use for that. And yeah, let's see. Targeting one Therian's card in your spell and trap card and one card your opponent controls, and being able to bounce it, that's nice. That's nice because you're actually able to recycle some spell and trap effects. It depends if they have effects that like activate, or an effect that activates once you activate the continuous card. You're just able to bounce it back and get more value out of it, which would be nice. So I guess we're gonna have to see if that's the case. And then it is a quick effect, so that's cool to see. Definitely interesting so far. Just being able to destroy and then bounce here. And then we got this guy, Therian's Duke Jewel. So this is a level 8, so it's different. You can target one Therian's monster or psychic monster in your grave, so summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that target to this card. And then while you control an equip card, Therian monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Okay, that's pretty good. It gives all of them protection from card effect destruction, so that's nice to see. And then a Therian's monster card equipped with this card gains 700 attack and the second effect of this card's name. So that's cool. Since you can just use this card as an equip and then give them all protection from destruction. It definitely looks like there's a lot of variety here, and it's going to be interesting to see how people are going to make these work and what cards they're going to have to dump in the grave. Right now, it looks like having a Therian-centered deck would be better, but it looks like you can sneak in other monsters if you want to. And it's actually interesting because if you run like Cypher and Gamma, you can use Gamma for this. So that could be useful to note. Here we have Therian's Lily Borea. So it's a wind, level 8, 2400 attack. You can target one Therian or plant monster, special summon it. In your grave, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that target to this card. Okay. And then you can send one card from your hand or field to the grave, add one Therian spell or trap from your deck to your hand. That's good. It's a search. It does recycle, so you don't get complete value. But being able to send a card from your hand or field to the grave lets them be of more use if you have more of these in your hand, so you're able to just use those cards for this effect, for any of their effects. So the effect, when it's on the field, you can send one card from your hand or field to the grave. Add one Therian spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Okay. Wasn't that similar to this? No, this one was destruction. Okay. Okay. I guess I remember seeing this. Yeah, I guess it's because I was reading this part. Okay, yeah. So you can send one card from your hand or field to the grave and then add a Therian spell. And then 700 attack and against its effect. Again, continuing the theme, looks like they do get more value. This card, it is a cost of having to send a card from your hand or field to the grave, which is a little annoying, but you get to search out Therian Spell or Trap. I have to see how good those spell or traps are. And then here we have Therion's King Regulus, which is an Earth Machine. So this is going to be the Earther Machine, special summon it. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send one Therios monster card from your hand or field to the grave, negate that effect. That's really good. Obviously, this guy's going to be the main one. He's an Omni Negate. Amazing. Just having an Omni Negate as one of these regular monsters. It's definitely going to be a must-have to have here. And then he gains the second card effect, whatever card you use to equip with this guy. So this is obviously the best one. Just to be able to an Omni Negate built in, and it's not a fusion monster or any extra deck monster. That's really cool to see. Really nice. So here we have Therian Ring, the Colosseum Saucer. It's their field spell. So when this card resolves, you can add one Therian monster from your deck to your hand. So this is kind of what I was referring to when you can bounce it back. Which one was it? One of these was you can target one Therian card in your spell or trap, and one card your opponent controls, bounce them back. So that's going to be good synergy with this, since you can just return this back to your hand and then use it again next turn to add a Therian monster from your deck to your hand. And then once per turn, if a monster you control would be destroyed by battle, you can send one Therian card or one Perpetual Engine Archetype system from your deck to the grave. Okay, that's an interesting card there. It looks like it's not like directly related to the archetype, so you can't search it out, but this would be this is another cost for it. And then once per turn, when a monster is destroyed by battle and sent to a graveyard, you can target one Therian monster in your grave, add it to your hand. So that's just more recycle, but these look like destroyed by battle isn't extremely relevant. So the main thing I can see this being is just activating the field spell and then using that other Therian, bounce it back, and then use it during next turn to add another one. And this art looks pretty insane. I wish I was more invested in the lore here, but I'm guessing that's Kit. And this is one of the Sword Soul guys. Maybe. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. But yeah, and just like the ship there. But yeah, it's interesting. Here we have the Perpetual Engine Archetype system that they're talking about. So you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn, and only once per turn. So you can only use one of these effects. You can send one Therian card from your deck to your grave. That's nice. And then, or you can use, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Therian's card in your graveyard, add this card to your hand, and if you do, place that on the bottom. So this card lets you recycle a Therian card. That's pretty nice. It's actually pretty solid. Using its ability to send one Therian card from your deck to your grave just gives you instant access to Therian King Regulus or whichever one you need. It's a built-in Foolish Burial that if you have any of their other ones, you can just use their effects to equip the other one, and then from there you can just generate more values with the effect that you got or that you wanted. And that explains the relationship with this one, battle oriented, but looks like this is going to be the main one that you're going to want to bounce with that guy. And then here we have Therian's Charge. It's a normal spell. You can send one Therian card or one Perpetual Engine Archetype system from your hand or face of spell trap zone. Draw 2 cards. That's nice. It's a built-in Pot of Greed for the deck. That's actually really... yeah, I would say it's really good actually, just because you're able to just send one Therian card. And having a Therian card in your grave still makes it completely alive, as you're able to use that as equip. And then you can just draw 2. That's super solid. A built-in... This looks really good, just with a built-in Pot of Greed at 3. That's nice. and you just generate more value with having these in the grave. So it's totally not a loss. Yeah, really good. Therian's Cross. It's a normal trap. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect where you control a Therian's monster, activate one of these effects, or if you have Perpetual Engine Argo system in your graveyard, you can activate both of them. Negate that effect or banish that monster. So this is essentially a what's it called? The Glider Beast Chariot, except it's not a counter trap. But it's the same theme of having that archetype monster on the field and then being able to negate and destroy. But here, it's just you're probably just gonna negate it or banish it, which is really nice. It's just another set of protection, and you're able to search it out. But it's another set of protection once you have this Omni Negate out. You're gonna have an additional monster negate or monster banish, depending on which one's more useful. And then we have Therian Stand Up, which is a normal trap. Target one Therian monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Then you can equip one Therian monster from your hand or grave to it. So this is just a Call of the Haunted that continues the theme of having the equip. During the main phase, you can banish this card from your grave, then target one Therian monster you control, and one in your grave, equip that target in the graveyard to the target you control. So this just allows you to get back. That's pretty good too. This seems decent, just being able to recycle the ones that have already been destroyed. And it's going to be annoying for your opponent because once they destroy your monsters, they're still completely alive while they're in the grave, as they're just able to use them as equip material for other Therians. And yeah, this guy's going to be insane just to have buffed up by 700. So you're going to have him a 3500 attack Omni Negate, which is really good. A 3500, yeah, just a 3500 Omni Negate, and all you have to do is target one Therian monster in your grave, special summon this card, and equip it. So it would gain the 700 attack from all of them because they all have that built-in effect. So you just get the 700 attack for that, and he has this effect, and he gains the effect of the so it looks like, and the second. He gains 700 attack and the second effect of this card's name. So he gains whatever effect the other ones have, which is pretty solid. You can even get like this one. Well, you control an equip card. The Therian monster you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That's really good. You can just easily have one, an Omni Negate that can't be destroyed by card effects. And it wasn't even like that much work to establish it. And you can still set up like the trap, the trap that lets you negate a monster effect or banish it, or banish it. So this alone just makes it seem really good, and I think this archetype is going to be a pretty solid threat. And I think if people can find clever ways of like implementing other types, I can see Gamma being in here just because it can be relevant in these situations. But definitely a lot of potential. This deck has a lot of potential. And I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.